Don't you ever scare me like that again.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 times Gravity Falls was censored.
Hey, those are lewd hand gestures!
For this list, we'll be looking at the most ridiculous blue penciling the cartoon faced. These are instances when creator Alex Hirsch tried to include something in a script that Disney's standards and practices insisted he revise, or times the finished show was censored in other countries. What do you think should have made it into the show that didn't? Let us know in the comments. Number 10. Referring to Old Nick. After Alex Hirsch released a video on his Twitter reading out email correspondences between him and Disney's standards and practices, fans had a lot to unpack. Gravity Falls got away with showing a lot for a kids' cartoon. And we do mean a lot.
How about instead I shuffle the functions of every hole in your face?
So it was kind of crazy to see the discrepancy between the stuff that had to be omitted. For instance, references to Lucifer, the devil, Satan, and just about every other name you can think for the fallen angel were prohibited. Even in a spooky Halloween-y context, Hirsch did retaliate, claiming that, in the context, it obviously was not intended to offend any religions. He also shot back with a mention of Disneyland's Mr. Toad's Wild Ride. Alas, it seems S&P won that round. Number 9. Robbies' vandalism and hand gestures. If there's one thing teenagers love to draw, well, we won't finish that sentence.
Maybe a little.
But Alex Hirsch and his creative team had a hilarious workaround to make Robbies' vandalism kid-friendly while still getting the message across to older viewers. The scene doesn't stop there, as Robbie is caught by the Mattress King in his golf cart. Robbie is then said to be making, quote, lewd hand gestures, which of course happen off-screen.
Hey, those are lewd hand gestures!
Disney is weirdly cool for letting this one slide with its American audience, but in some countries, the scene apparently had to be cut altogether for the 2 adult references made back-to-back.
Nuts!
Number 8. There once was a dude from Kentucky. If you're not familiar with the "there once was a man from Nantucket" limerick, you might want to look it up for yourself before coming back to this video.
Man of wax shall rise again.
While there are many family-friendly versions of it, the notoriously vulgar rhyming scheme is what most remember. In the Headhunters episode of Gravity Falls, Wax Shakespeare starts off the beginning of the limerick, though Hirsch purposely changed Nantucket to Kentucky to avoid any sort of misinterpretations about the rhymes to follow.
There once was a dude from Kentucky.
Nope.
The joke we ended up with in the episode is funny in itself, especially if you recognize the source of its inspiration, but what might just be even funnier is Hirsch's wearing patience with Disney's S&P.
S&P is worried that unsavory rhymes could be gleaned from it.
Why? Man from Nantucket is the famous dirty rhyme, which is why I decided to avoid it altogether. To make your lives easier, I made up a totally new one, Man from Kentucky, which has the same lovely syllable structure, but no pre-invented ending.
Number 7. Playing dress up. We're not sure what episode this would have been in, as it seems like Alex Hirsch lost to S&P here, but one of Seuss's lines was apparently supposed to have him make mention to dressing up as a giant teddy bear.
Get your own pants, gang. I guess I have no choice.
This feels like one of those things you don't know how anyone could find a problem with, but if there's an S&P will, there's an S&P way. Hirsch was asked to revise the line as Disney felt it could allude to the furry community and the rhetoric of fetishization so often associated with the practice.
I'm gonna teach this bear to drive! And the yellow light means speed up!
We'll just let you listen to Hirsch's response for yourself.
Furry fetish.
Do I even have to respond to this?
Number 6. The bra scene. The episode where Dipper's feelings for Wendy finally come to a head starts out with the 2 of them in Wendy's room watching a bad horror movie. Or a bad romance horror movie.
How much you want to bet that guy dies first?
My face is being eaten a lot!
We're not entirely sure. Either way, there's a quick throwaway joke when Dipper falls back on Wendy's comforter, and she tells him,
"Dude, you're laying on my bra."
Dipper, in all his pre-teenagehood, naturally reacts with a scream before a quick cut to the show's intro. It's a funny moment we're happy to see Disney approved, but Southeast Asian audiences weren't so lucky.
Dipper, you should just tell her already. One way or another, you'll feel better afterwards.
The moment was reportedly cut altogether overseas, with the intro beginning right before Dipper laid down. Number 5. Zombie head explosions. Gravity Falls expertly walked the fine line between showing graphic horror while still making it kid-friendly. With that said, we're not surprised to hear the depiction of zombie heads exploding was cut in other countries.
All right, you undead jerks, you ready to die twice?
In Scarioki, when Dipper, Mabel, and Stan harmonize in order to defeat the horde of dead Dipper accidentally raised, zombie heads are seen exploding. It's definitely animated to be more suitable to younger audiences, but some places in the world still took issue with airing it. The moment with the zombies clutching their heads was instead purportedly looped to fill up the time frame. Number 4. Stan's Shriner symbol. Stan's fez has always pretty much been a nod to the Shriner Society.
Eeny, meeny, miny, you.
Oh, what?
Whether it has a symbol at all, this color and type of hat is probably enough for many adults to make the connection. In North America, this illusion wasn't a problem, but elsewhere in the world, it was seen as offensive, either as cultural appropriation or as an intention to promote a specific religious group. In Southeast Asia, the symbol from Stan's fez was removed completely, and it's also presumably why the symbol changed around halfway through season 1.
Which, as you can see here, is bottomless.
According to an interview with CBR, there were also concerns that Shriners might pursue legal action against Disney for the original symbol. Number 3. Words and their connotations. In the video Alex Hirsch released to Twitter, it was revealed that many of Disney's complaints had to do with specific words in the scripts. For instance, the term poop face is quite obviously the PG version of a more vulgar insult, which Disney's standards and practices preferred to avoid.
I've never met a human on Earth of any age who would be offended by a cartoon saying the word poop face. Not changing it.
The words hoo-ha and chub were also said to have sexual connotations, which, although objectively true, was wildly offbeat from the context Hirsch provided in his responses. Chub, for example, was used in reference to a chubby puppy.
You have 24 hours to get these pugs across the U.S. border.
This is silly. It's an image of a fat dog.
Jeez as an abbreviation for Jesus, and the word crud were also considered to be inappropriate.
How is this my life?
Number 2. Spin the bottle. If you're a bit more than a casual fan of Gravity Falls, you've probably heard Alex Hirsch tell this story before.
Halloween party, bottles will be spun, no photos better wind up online.
In the episode Summerween, Wendy and Robbie are headed to their friend Tambry's party. Wendy hands Dipper a flyer for the party, which reads, "Not S&P approved," and "No photos better end up online." That first line is the result of a back and forth between Hirsch and Disney.
This implies they are playing spin the bottle. We don't want to send the wrong message to our audience.
The message is, teenagers like kissing. How on earth is that the wrong message? And it's on a flyer, we don't even show it. You gotta be kidding me.
It was originally supposed to read, "Bottles will be spun," but S&P claimed they didn't want to, quote, "send the wrong message." Alex Hirsch, in a brilliant move of spite, came up with possibly the cleverest replacement line.
Not S&P approved, has been approved by S&P.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1. Sheriff Blubbs and Deputy Durlin's relationship. Gravity Falls is included in the LGBTQ+ category on Disney+, which is beyond hypocritical given how hard executives fought Alex Hirsch for the merest hint of queer content.
With you, every day is a dream.
In the episode The Love God, the original storyboard had 2 older ladies falling in love, but it clearly didn't get the okay from higher-ups because one of the characters was changed to be an older gentleman.
Oh no! What do I do?
Get it, girl. You know what you love. Pow! Match made!
More than that is the relationship between Sheriff Blubbs and Deputy Durland. The email exchange Hirsch publicized makes it clear that S&P thought the officers should be strictly work partners.
Their affectionate relationship should remain comical versus flirtatious.
Nope, they're buddies. Chill out.
Luckily, Hirsch obviously had other plans.
The time we spend together is treasure enough.
Even though their reunion in the series finale is adorable,
Don't you ever scare me like that again.
We can't help but feel like there should have been more there, and there probably would have been without Disney's censorship.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.